So, hello and welcome. My name's Steve Nobel, and today I'm speaking with Carol Nayach on Mastering Joy with Jesus, Sananda and Mary Magdalene. Now, Carol is a regular presenter here. She's been channeling the Arcturians for a few years now, and she leads a group working with the Arcturians in central London that meets every Wednesday. And if you want to contact her, the meetup is meetup.com/Arcturian-emissaries-of-light-London. But there's a link going out with this podcast. So, hello, Carol, good morning.
Good morning to you, Steve.
So,
lovely to see you again.
Yes, and here we are post Christmas, New Year, and it's a great subject, Mastering Joy. Great energy to invite in for 2017. So my first question really is might seem a pretty obvious one, but what would you say if somebody asked you, what is joyful living?
Well, I would say that it's living from that place within the heart where joy resides, which isn't dependent on external life. It's something which is a natural state of being within us. We simply need to come to through our spiritual work.
And what do you think blocks joy?
Well, I think one of the big things, of course, is our ways of thinking, our belief systems and so on, which then give rise to corresponding emotions, which can be quite dense and negative. So one of the things I think is that we all need to give up our addiction to negative thinking.
Yeah.
We've probably all noticed some people, all their conversation is negative. Yeah. And negative thinking leads to negative feelings, negative emotions, negative states of being. And of course, joy exists in a much higher frequency. So as we move ourselves down into lower vibrations, so we lose our connection to that inner state of love and joy, which is the natural state of being.
Do you think that joy then is it's a natural state of being, but while we're reconnecting with it, is it a kind of habit and a practice that we have to get into, practicing, looking for it, feeling it, thinking that way?
Well, we have to shift our consciousness, don't we? Shift out of the lower ego and shift into our connection to the higher self. It's all about frequency, really, isn't it? Yeah. As we raise our frequency, so our higher self, our soul light can come into our high heart, fill us with bliss and love and joy, which is the natural state when we're connected to ourselves.
Right. I mean, joy is a high vibration, isn't it? And what do you think promotes it in our life? How could, if we're in the world, what kind of things promotes joy for you, for example, Carol?
Changing my thought patterns to positive thinking, having gratitude, appreciation for all that is good, and allowing myself really to feel worthy enough to accept love and joy into my life, in myself, feeling worthy enough to accept the energy of grace. You see, joy resides within the high heart, as we said, and there's so much energy of grace being given to us at the moment, so that we can realize our desires, our wishes. We can create what we wish to create from that higher frequency of love and joy, which is being offered to us. We simply need to open to receive it. But so many of us are so involved in negative thinking, particularly about ourselves, that we're just blocking it. We don't feel worthy. We don't feel good enough. Why should I be allowed to be happy?
Yeah. It's something I guess we both wish the whole world could kind of connect with, really.
I'm sure it's coming, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I think it's already there. You know, all the templates, all the grids, all the light structures are there. It's just about people, myself, all of us, just being able to make that simple shift in consciousness in the new, which is already here in the etheric realms. And it's just a matter of time before it comes into the physical for more and more people.
Carol, can I ask you, because you mentioned about light grids, and of course this whole podcast is Mastering Joy with Jesus, Sananda and Mary Magdalene. So what about these light grids, and what about these beings who are around really helping us? I guess there's these beings and many more.
Well, my feeling very often is that all the beings of light in the universe are sending their energies into Earth at the moment. I know that the Arcturians have created something which they call the Ring of Ascension, which is a golden ring of light around the whole planet, and all the higher star beings, ascended masters, angels, archangels, cosmic beings, they're all sending their energies into that ring of light, that ring of ascension, raising the frequency to expand human consciousness. And a great energy of love is being sent to us because they realize that it's love that can heal the pain that we've endured.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, joy must be a very important energy in terms of our current ascension.
Well, I think it is. And of course, this year, when we're receiving all these higher frequencies and activations and opening ourselves to be able to receive love, it's our job to create the new. You know, what do we wish for life in the new earth? What do we wish for ourselves? And it's our job to create it. And we create with love and with joy.
Yeah, that's a very important point, isn't it? Because the energy of joy helps us create a very different reality than the energy of looking for constant problems or firefighting or stress. It shifts our whole reality, doesn't it?
Well, that's right. And it's all about letting go of the old, isn't it? Is what was wrong with everything? What was wrong with me? What do I have to fix in myself? What do I have to heal? And so on. But all that can be let go of now with these higher frequencies. As you open to love, as you open to higher light, raise your frequency, we move into higher consciousness. And in that higher state of being, there's nothing that needs to change. Everything is accepted as it is. And as everything becomes embraced in love and acceptance, then anything that is not of the light, that is of a lower frequency, automatically is transmuted.
Well, I know, Carol, you're going to offer a meditation for our listeners, Mastering Joy with Jesus, Sananda and Mary Magdalene. So when you're ready, I'm going to pass it right over to you.
Well, I'll begin, but I would just like to say, firstly, that whilst it will be mainly Sananda and Mary Magdalene who will be working with us, I can just feel that, as we spoke about before, all the higher beings of light are sending in their energy. So there's a whole array of cosmic beings who will be putting their energies into this meditation for each listener to receive and to connect to. And something very interesting that Jesus Sananda once said to me was that the time will come when not only will you remember, but it will never have happened. So I think that's something that's very interesting to think about in relation to letting go of the past. So let's begin a meditation then, and I can just feel that it's going to be wonderful. So let us begin, of course, by moving inwards as we relax down into our bodies and simply become aware of our breath, we breathe in the light of spirit. Our crown begins to open, and we feel the light descend through our crown into our being, and we gradually move more and more deeply inwards into the deepest level of our being as we fill with the light of spirit. And as we gently relax down more deeply into our bodies, we can come into that place of allowance where we can let go of any need to do, to struggle, or to make effort. We simply open ourselves to receive. As the ego subsides and we can allow ourselves to come into the flow, the light of spirit, as our higher self is able to come closer to bring down its light, as we surrender to the higher self, which is really my true self. It is who I am. And as I surrender, so the light of spirit can flow through me, and all is well. And as I come to deeper levels of peace and stillness, my soul can come into my heart, and I can rest within my high heart, connected to my soul. All the pain of separation can leave when I come into this connection, and through my soul I can feel radiating throughout every cell of my body the frequencies of bliss, as I allow myself to fill with bliss. I am bliss. Love is who I am. I am a divine being of light, and I begin to experience and to accept all that I am. As I move upwards into higher frequencies of love and light, so my consciousness expands. The lower vibrations of density, negativity, pain and suffering no longer exist here. We can even see them or think of them as a distant memory of the past, as we see them moving away back into ancient time, no longer present in my human consciousness. And as the heart energy begins to expand, and as I bring down more and more of my I am presence, I experience myself within the now, this present moment, in the eternal now, where I exist eternally, free from all limitation in my infinite being. In this higher place, there is nothing to fix, nothing to change, nothing to heal. I come into unconditional love and acceptance of all that is. My heart fills with compassion, with forgiveness. I bask in the bliss, in the love, and I begin to feel, to experience within my high heart the joy that is now able to come in as Jesus, Sananda and Mary Magdalene are working with us, gifting us with their magnificent presence and their beautiful energies. Jesus Sananda helps us to feel the unconditional love which brings with it unconditional acceptance of all that is. It's a place of greater neutrality, where I am detached from all my lower attachments, which brings such grace and freedom to my being, to my experience of life. And together with the energies of Mary Magdalene, I begin to fill with her gift of purity and love. My heart expands even more. I feel their presence in my aura, in my being, as they offer to merge their heart with yours. You simply need to allow, to open, to receive. Receive into your heart the heart of Jesus, the heart of Mary. Allow the joy to arise within, for there is nothing here now to block your joy, your natural state of being. Connecting to all that you are, embracing all aspects of self unconditionally. This is how you come to your inner freedom. It is always with you. this state of bliss, of grace, of love and joy. It is simply a matter of raising your frequency. For all the dimensions exist at a specific frequency, and it is for us to choose which frequency we wish to be in at any moment. So release your blocks during your day-to-day life of negative thinking, negative thought forms, negative beliefs, and in every moment connect to the love and joy within. Feel gratitude, feel appreciation, feel love for all that is good within your life and within yourself. And greater experiences of joy will be given to you. For this allows the soul to move within, to create all that you wish for you. To bring you great happiness and fulfillment. There's no longer any need to fix anything. For at these higher frequencies, which are being gifted to each one of us, all is perfect, all is love, all is joy. We come to the greatest experiences of inner peace, of beauty, and we begin to live our third dimensional life on this earth in happiness and joy as the joy of life returns. And we see that it is for us to create the new earth and all that we wish for. And we find that we are drawn into greater and greater experiences of oneness with all life, of oneness with the earth, as we move upwards into unity consciousness. And our greatest wish then becomes to serve. And we create the new earth in all its beauty and magnificence. So we just rest in the energy for a few moments before we end this meditation. But know that all the light beings are gifting us with their love, with their light. All we need to do is to ask, to open to receive, and all that we need will be given to us. Live in your heart. So feel yourselves now very present in your physical body. And when you feel ready, open your eyes and know that you can reconnect to this experience whenever you wish.